What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam to official, never unofficial. You feel what I'm saying? In this thing, today, I got a very special video for you guys today. But if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and look, do not forget to turn on those post notifications because YouTube is tripping. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, no cap. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate you guys, no cap. Today we reacted to what happened to the Nazis after World War II. I know. You, Sam, the other day you said you were not political. What's up with this video? Yes, I hate politics, but this sounds like a very interesting video, no cap. I hate politics, but this video right here is very interesting. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It sounds very interesting. It ties me for a second. It was in my recommended page. It ties me for a second. So I was like, let me just give it my time of the day and react to it live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So I would have reacted to it live on YouTube. I want to make the screen bigger for you guys to see. Make it live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're in history class. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. You know what I'm saying? Put your phones away. You know what I'm saying? If you watch it through your phones, hey, I'm gonna let you slide. You know what I'm saying? This is if you're using the phone to watch me, this is a phone-free zone. But if you're not using it, put your phone away. Take out your paper, take out your pencil, and start writing notes. No cap. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just playing. But look, let's go ahead and check it out. Also, I know you guys have many reactions, many requests for me to react anything. I know you guys have a lot of requests. That's why I want you guys to follow me on Twitch, because I will be doing live reactions if you want me to. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I haven't been doing live reactions is because I don't be seeing you guys be following me on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Twitch. I'll do live reactions for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Also, I started going to classes because my leg is kind of getting back together. So I started going to classes. So you know what that means, right? I'm gonna be busy. You know what I'm saying? So that means that I'm not gonna be posting a lot of videos like I used to. The reason why I was posting a lot of videos like I used to was because I had an injury. But now, literally, it's gonna be hard for me to post videos every day. You know what I'm saying? So stay with me, no cap. And yeah, let's go ahead and check what happened to the Nazis after World War II. No cap.
How did a hate group that ran an entire country seemingly disappear into thin air? Spoiler alert, they didn't. While World War II has fascinated historians and the public alike since 1945, what happened to the perpetrators of one of the greatest evils of all time is less often discussed. Today on Nutty History, we're examining the hard truth about what happened to the Nazis . One of the greatest evils of all time is less often discussed. Today on Nutty History.
Oh, dang, bro. You guys did not hear what I said. I freaking hate using my mic, but sometimes this mic is too freaking, like, it's like, this mic is, I don't know. It picks up sounds while, like, the video. Basically, what I was saying is, that was embarrassing as a mug. That's crazy. That was embarrassing as a mug. That was embarrassing. But like I was saying, I said this dude right here, I thought this dude freaking created Nazi. I thought he created a group called Nazi. I didn't even know it's Nazi Germany. You know what I'm saying? There's a city in Germany called Nazi, and it's Nazi Germany. I thought he created a freaking Nazi, the group. I thought it was just a group thing. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. You feel what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
Perpetrators of one of the greatest evils of all time is less often discussed. Today on Nutty History, we're examining the hard truth about what happened to the Nazis after World War II. Following the war, about 400,000 Germans were detained in internment camps while awaiting possible penalties. This sounds like a lot at first.
Another thing, if you're Germany or if you're German and you're watching this video, this is not no diss to you. You know what I'm saying? I know it's kind of, I'm not gonna say anything, but this is not a diss to you. It's not like we're freaking joking you or dissing you. This is part of the history. You know what I'm saying? If I get to my opinion, I'm not even gonna get to my opinion because somebody's gonna freaking trying to start. But this is just part of the history. You know what I'm saying? So no diss to you, because a lot of people from Germany probably watch this video. No diss to you.
First, but when you consider that up to 45 million Germans at the time were either members or supporters of the Nazi Party, something doesn't add up. The problem with denazification was one of sheer magnitude. There were simply too many Germans involved to process who had done what. Imagine an entire country in line at the DMV. That's the kind of bureaucratic sluggishness we're talking about. Another issue was rebuilding Germany's economy. According to denazification rules, offenders were to be removed from higher-ranking jobs and forced to do manual labor. But if every Nazi and Nazi sympathizer was held responsible, there literally wouldn't be enough skilled workers for a functioning society. In the British zone, for instance, it was found that 90% of lawyers were Nazis. Since they couldn't very well have a functioning society without any law or order, Britain determined that 50% of the German legal civil services could be staffed by nominal Nazis. Nazis, but not Nazis. The French zone encountered a similar problem with teachers. After firing 3/4 of teachers due to Nazi influence, they had to rehire them in order to have an education system. Reconstructing a country while simultaneously trying to categorize and penalize a large number of culpable citizens was far from a simple process. When denazification began, Eisenhower, an army general at the time, estimated the process would take 50 years. But by 1946, the Allied powers had handed over the reins of denazification to Germany. Wait, what? Yep, Germany was now in charge of enforcing their own punishment. A popular destination for the worst of the worst Nazis, South America contained many sympathetic dictators at the time who opened their proverbial doors. Up to 9,000 Nazi officials and collaborators are thought to have escaped to South America after the war. While Brazil and Chile had their fair share of exiles, Argentina by far had the most. Juan Perón, the Argentine president, was a pretty big fan of fascism himself, especially after serving as a military attaché in Italy early on in World War II. He also sought to grow his own country's power by recruiting those with particular military and technical expertise.
They did say that he escaped. They said that Hitler pretended to kill himself and escaped to. I'm not saying it's true. I don't know if it's true. There's no freaking. It's just a theory. You know what I'm saying? It's just a conspiracy. But they say that he literally faked killing himself to go to, and then he escaped to like. They first said, that's why I don't know if it's true or not. Because they first said it was freaking Antarctica. Now they're saying it's freaking South America.
Perón and his government officials worked to create rat lines for Nazi escape through the ports in Italy and Spain. He also aided in forging documents for leaving the country. Most of the Nazis made their way down the Pacific using falsified Red Cross passports stamped with Argentine tourist visas. Once they were in Argentina, most Nazis changed their name for a time to go into hiding, but some resumed living under their real names, as it became clear that Argentina would not extradite them back to Germany, even if their identity was discovered. Of course, Argentina wasn't the only country to poach Nazis for their own gain. As an arms race began between the United States and the Soviet Union, collecting expert scientists and engineers became a higher priority to the respective governments than punishing crimes against humanity. In 1945, the U.S. had secretly enacted the program Operation Paperclip to take German scientists and engineers back to the mainland, many of them Nazis, essentially as human weapons. Near the end of the war, Germany had realized the need for these skills, and German scientist Werner Ossenberg created a list of identifying names. A Polish lab technician ended up finding the list torn up in a toilet, which eventually made its way from M16 to U.S. intelligence. In addition to wanting these people for their own side, another crucial motivation of Operation Paperclip was preventing the Soviets from gaining their technical expertise. While called an evacuation operation, identified targets were essentially kidnapped and forced to the U.S., where they were held for months at a time for interrogation. Still, many of these literal rocket scientists went on to have incredibly successful careers in the U.S. and were part of the NASA space program, despite a suspected high level of Nazi involvement among them. For the most serious offenders that hadn't managed to escape into hiding, the Nuremberg trials
Yeah, the Nuremberg trials was one of the biggest trials that I know of, you know what I'm saying, because most of them were sentenced to prison, you know what I'm saying. I know about the Nuremberg trials.
Executed Nazis in 1946 for war crimes, crimes against humanity, and wars of aggression. These trials were important for determining international law, specifically when it came to prosecuting war crimes. They were also a crucial step in holding some of the most common criminals responsible for the Holocaust. The first and most well-known trial indicted 24 men, with outcomes ranging from acquittal to 10 years imprisonment to execution. 12 were sentenced to death. While the trials represented justice for some, 12 men receiving capital punishment pales in comparison to the millions that died in the Holocaust and the large number of perpetrators that were never held responsible for their actions. Some have criticized the legality of the Nuremberg trials, calling them an example of victor's justice and judicially invalid. Other criticisms have pointed to a hypocrisy of Allied nations prosecuting crimes against humanity after their own various wartime actions. After the Allied powers gave up their denazification efforts after only a few months, Germany was tasked with the challenge, though they were still occupied by Allied countries. Unsurprisingly, Germany adopted a looser set of rules when it came to identifying and punishing Nazis. Anyone born after 1919 was considered brainwashed and exempt from punishment. Of the public officials that the U.S. had removed from office, 75% were reinstated. And to avoid getting bogged down by the lengthy and pesky business of trials, 90% of Nazis were classified as lesser offenders. By 1948, the Cold War had become a greater concern for the U.S., and any remaining cases were sped through with proceedings that were legally sketchy at best. By 1951, denazification ended, and emphasis shifted toward paying reparations to victims and their families. From pardons and amnesties enacted by the German government, nearly 800,000 people were freed from any punishment or penalty. So, was Germany finally denazified? At the German Ministry of Justice at the time, 77% of senior officials were former Nazis. Post-war, some of the most notorious Nazis managed to go into hiding and later escape Germany. While some lived entire lives getting away with mass murder, other big names were captured by Nazi hunters, who popped up to deliver justice to war criminals who were living anonymously. Adolf Eichmann, the mastermind behind Hitler's Final Solution and network of concentration camps, fled to Buenos Aires, where he worked in a Mercedes-Benz automotive plant and lived with his wife and 4 children. It wasn't until 1960 that Eichmann was captured by Israeli agents, drugging him and flying him out of Argentina, disguised as an Israeli airline worker who'd suffered a head trauma. Despite protests for his return from Argentina, Eichmann was later tried and executed in Israel. Not all Nazi hunters were government operatives.
They said no. The Israeli was like, no, we want our revenge. We know where you are. They said we know where you are. We're coming for you. Hey, that's crazy. That dude was staying, but he stayed at freaking. He was working at the Mercedes-Benz for a cool while, and they finally found him.
However, Simon Wiesenthal, a Holocaust survivor turned Nazi hunter, tracked down Franz Steingl in Sao Paulo. Steingl was held responsible for the Action T4 euthanasia program that killed those with mental and physical disabilities. After Wiesenthal discovered him, Steingl was extradited to West Germany and sentenced to life imprisonment. As late as 2019 in the United States, Yaki Pauli was deported from the country at 95 years old. An historian at the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum discovered that Pauli had served as a guard at a forced labor camp during the war. rather than working on his father's farm, as he claimed in 1949. It's an unfortunate truth.
Did they just say to just capture him at the age of 95 years old? At this point, my God, they just go ahead and leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand he did all these stuff, but my God, just go ahead and leave him alone. He's 95. He's about to die. You know what I'm saying? Unless you talk about execution. I mean, like, my God, he's like 95 years old. Just go ahead and let him do his. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing. Let him enjoy his last final years on the earth. You know what I'm saying? I understand he did some bad stuff, but still. He's 95 years old. What else do you want him to do? You know what I'm saying?
That not all Nazis were held accountable for their crimes. Nazi hunting has since died down, as most people alive during World War II have since passed away. That's all for this episode of Nutty History.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want me to keep doing stuff like this and doing like documentaries or small documentaries or little informational videos, man, go ahead and drop a like, no cap. There's a lot of information that they didn't teach us this in school. You know what I'm saying? If they teach us this in school, most of us would be smart nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't teach us this in school. They only taught us that freaking Hitler committed suicide and Nazis was never again after the freaking Nuremberg trial. That's what I learned in school. But this right here is like extra information that they never taught us in school. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always have to look at stuff that they never taught us in school. You know what I'm saying? For real. But for real, if you guys are new to the channel, man, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Hey, look, do not forget to turn on those post notifications because YouTube is tripping. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. No cap. It's Beauty Boy Sam 2 official, never unofficial. Don't forget to stay safe, stay positive, and most of all, stay healthy. If you haven't got you a Bible, go ahead and buy your Bible. Pray every single day, and do not forget to trust and believe in God. It's Beauty Boy Sam 2 official, never unofficial, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out, bro.